We really are. We really are. And the entire
We're
cast
having a really good time.
The world is pretty messed up right now in a lot of different ways, and I'm glad that we're on something where we can express ourselves and talk about it.
I don't think I've seen much, I haven't seen much, content like that, especially in regards to the Black Lives Matter movement and how that's affecting people's personal lives versus like how it's being manipulated and used to push agendas and like all of things of that sort. So it's very nice to have a project where they can kind of blow those things up and we can kind of exploit them in a creative way.
Hi guys, this is Monica Ravul and I'm from Hindustan Times and I'm here in Sydney sitting with the boys. Good morning guys. So it's lovely to see you here and
Good to see you too.
I have to say that season 3 looks awesome by the 3 episodes that I've already watched.
Oh, thank you so much.
Nice.
Really great.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So, I'm going to begin by asking, we often see that the superhero genre gets often looked down upon, mere comic book material, but The Boys has really taken it to a next level by talking about a social commentary and issues that really matter. So was that the first hook that you guys agreed to come on board for the series, and how has it really changed from season 1 to 3rd now?
It's funny because I don't really feel like I ever was like agreed. I read the script and I was like, I have to do this, please. Yeah. And then it was like a long audition process where I was like, please just let me do this. I'd never thought that it was based off of a series of comic books when I first read the script. I thought someone just took a look at America and therefore, the larger world and just put superheroes into it. Just they made a script about the way the world is and inserted superheroes. And I love that. I love how topical it is because the world is pretty messed up right now in a lot of different ways, and I'm glad that we're on something where we can express ourselves and talk about it.
Jesse, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I read the script before I knew anything else about the show, so I kind of only was able to like absorb what was on the page at the time, and it was just very complex. The story just it was nothing surface level about it.
No.
I didn't see any of the twists coming. There was just plots and everything that seemed so reflective of what we were seeing right in our faces on a daily basis. So it was refreshing to have material like this to kind of work with. I didn't know that it would just like continue to double down. It seems like, you know what I mean? It seems like we tack on a different, social aspect from the world around us every season or like every episode.
Or weirdly enough, sorry to interrupt.
No,
but
it's okay.
Or weirdly enough, like we'll tackle something and then.
Yeah.
Then it'll happen.
The world
It's
will,
like-
it'll happen in the world, and you're like, I don't like that we kind of predicted this.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
It's very strange. Yeah, very surreal.
Jack, the plotline of The Boys touches base upon, the sexual assault against men, something that we don't really talk much often in the entertainment domain. So how effective you think that has been on that particular issue?
The sexual assault against men?
Yeah.
For our show. Yeah. I'm trying to think of when that happens exactly. Sorry, our show is so dense. It does have...
Well, like
Yeah.
we talk about it, but it doesn't really happen.
The stigma and all.
Sorry, what was it?
The stigma also around that.
The stigma, yeah. I mean, there is a stigma around it. I don't know. I think the show tackles a lot of different issues in a very like tactful way. That's what I really like about it. Is that these are issues that would like sink most shows, but for some reason our show is able to tackle each thing in a way where everyone I think feels heard and acknowledged. And I'm really proud to be on a show that can do that. I mean, that's not me at all. That's the writers and how good they are at really making sure this world feels real. So yeah, no, I think whatever issue we tackle, I'm just glad that the writers have the talent to really like make it work. Yeah.
Jesse, we've seen your character in particular has a whole subplot that revolves around the Black Lives Movement. And it is so effectively, audiences have grasped, okay, what message are you kind of trying to portray through the show? So what do you think? Is it really time that we start addressing important issues by means of films and web series that we see on these days?
I think it's definitely time. I think it's nice to have a different take on the social issues that we're seeing from a non-personal standpoint. I feel like, we're all very much seeing things only through like our own eyes and can't or aren't able to see the big picture. And The Boys is able to exploit these things in a very large way so that it can be absorbed like on a grand scale. And I don't think I've seen much like I haven't seen much, content like that, especially in regards to the Black Lives Matter movement and how that's affecting people's personal lives versus like how it's being manipulated and used to push agendas and like all of things of that sort. So it's very nice to have a project where they can kind of blow those things up and we can kind of exploit them in a creative way.
And one question to both of you, how mentally exhausting and challenging it becomes when you have to really kind of, episode after episode, season after season, keep doing the intense stuff, because like he mentioned, a lot of social issues are being touched upon in a show like this, which is superhero. It has a lot of humor, dark humor, fun, gore, comedy, everything. But how mentally exhausting it becomes for artists.
Well, I think what you just said kind of makes it a little bit less exhausting, where like, yes, we do tackle very real world things, but also there's an episode where we drive a speedboat into a whale. So you know what I mean? So you can kind of...
There's a nice little balance
There's a
there.
balance there. You can kind of counteract some of the heavier stuff with some lighter stuff, or stuff that's kind of humorous or so violent that it is humorous in an odd way. I think it just strikes a really great balance, and I think at least for me, I'll speak for myself, like that keeps it from being so dark and living in that world and getting depressed.
We're having a lot of fun.
We really are. We really are. And the entire
We're
cast
having a
is...
really good time. Like that kind of helps too. Like, we have really long days. Yes, the material
Yeah.
can be extremely heavy, emotionally draining, all of those things. But like going to set, being on this show, working with these people is like we're having a really good time.
Yeah, the
So it
cast
kinda
is
helps.
exceptionally close.
Yeah.
Like it's arguably
We celebrated next door and we saw each other.
Yeah, we were really excited to see
was
each other.
fun.
So just to end it, you guys have a huge fan base in India as well.
Oh, great.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Anything that you are aware of your Indian audiences? Any message to them?
Any message
Oh
to
my
them?
God, no, thank
can't
you.
wait to meet you. Thanks,
Yeah,
guys.
thank you so much. Thanks for watching the show.
Absolutely.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for being with us on Hindustan Times.
Of course.
Thank you so much.